Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever shared a big goal, an exciting idea, or even a personal struggle with someone only to feel drained afterward? Maybe their reaction wasn't what you expected. Maybe they dismissed your excitement or hit you with a wave of doubt. Sound familiar? That, my friends, is why you need to protect your energy. Your energy is your greatest currency. It fuels your dreams, your ambitions, and your daily grind. But here's the problem. Most of us are spending it like we have an unlimited supply. We're out here telling everyone what we're up to our next move, our goals, our struggles, without realizing that not everyone deserves a front row seat to our journey. Here's the truth. Some people don't want to see you win, not because they're evil, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. They see you chasing something bigger, and it reminds them of everything they're not doing. So what do? They plant seeds of doubt. They hit you with that, "Are you sure?" Or, "That sounds risky." And just like that, your energy takes a hit. Silence is power. When you stop broadcasting every step of your journey, you take control. You stop inviting unnecessary opinions, negative energy, and distractions. You start focusing on what actually matters, taking action. Look, I'm not saying you should shut everyone out, but be intentional about who you share with. If someone isn't genuinely rooting for you, if their energy doesn't lift you up, stop giving them access to your vision. Protect your energy like your success depends on it, because it does. So here's your challenge. Move in silence. Work relentlessly. Let your results speak. The loudest flex isn't talking about what you're going to do, it's actually doing it. Your energy is one of the most valuable things you have, yet most people don't realize how recklessly they spend it. Every conversation, every interaction, and every moment you engage with someone is an exchange of energy. And the truth is, not everyone deserves access to that. Some people will drain you without you even realizing it. They'll poke holes in your excitement, cast doubt on your dreams, or subtly undermine your confidence. And if you're not careful, you'll end up carrying their negativity without even knowing where it came from. Think about the times you've shared something important, maybe a business idea, a new opportunity, or even a personal breakthrough with someone who didn't respond the way you expected. You went in feeling excited, but you walked away feeling uncertain. Why? Because energy is contagious. And when you let people into your inner world, you're letting their energy mix with yours. That's why it's crucial to be intentional about who gets to be in that space. The problem is, most of us are conditioned to overshare. Social media has made it normal to broadcast every detail of our lives. We post about our plans before they even happen. We seek validation before we've taken the first step. And in doing so, we invite unnecessary opinions, negativity, and distractions into something that still needs protection. Not everyone clapping for you is genuinely happy for you. Some are just keeping tabs. Others are waiting to see you fail. And the worst part? Their doubts, their skepticism, their fears, they start seeping into your mind, clouding your vision, and making you second guess yourself. You need to recognize that not everyone is meant to understand your journey. Your dreams are yours. Your vision is yours. And the more you talk about what you're going to do instead of actually doing it, the more energy you waste. Every time you explain yourself, justify your moves, or seek approval, you're giving away a piece of your power. And the more pieces you give away, the less you have left for what truly matters: execution. Have you ever noticed how the most successful people don't spend time talking about what they're going to do? They just do it. They move in silence. They protect their energy. They don't waste time explaining their vision to people who don't have the capacity to see it. They understand that energy is currency and they spend it wisely. They focus their time and attention on things that actually move them forward. Meanwhile, the ones who talk the most usually do the least. This is where self-discipline comes in. Protecting your energy requires restraint. It means resisting the urge to overshare even when you're excited. It means holding on to your vision and allowing it to develop without outside interference. It means learning to be comfortable with silence, knowing that real progress happens behind the scenes, not in the spotlight. But let's be clear, this isn't about shutting the world out completely. It's about being selective. It's about surrounding yourself with people who genuinely support you, who uplift you, who challenge you in a way that fuels your growth. The right people won't drain you, they'll energize you. They'll remind you of your power when you forget it. They'll hold you accountable in a way that strengthens you, not weakens you. Those are the people who deserve access to your energy. So how do you start protecting your energy? First, become aware of how different people make you feel. Pay attention to who leaves you feeling inspired versus who leaves you feeling drained. Second, practice restraint. Stop giving people a play-by-play of your life. Keep your moves private until they're solid. Third, create boundaries. Just because someone asks doesn't mean you have to answer. You don't owe explanations to anyone who hasn't earned the right to hear them. And finally, let your results speak for themselves. The loudest, most undeniable statement you can make isn't with words, it's with action. Success doesn't require an announcement. It just requires consistency, focus, and relentless execution. When you move this way, people won't need to ask what you're up to. They'll see it. And by then, it'll be too late for their doubt or negativity to affect you. So stop wasting energy explaining your vision to people who were never meant to see it. Protect your energy like your success depends on it, because it does. Not everyone deserves access to your journey, yet too many people make the mistake of letting just anyone into their world. It's natural to want to share your plans, your ambitions, and even your struggles with those around you. But the harsh reality is that not everyone will support you, even if they act like they do. Some people will cheer for you in public, but secretly hope you fail in private. Some will pretend to be excited for you, but deep down they are envious, doubtful, or waiting for the moment you stumble. And the worst part, you may not even recognize it until their energy has already started affecting yours. The truth is, most people are focused on their own insecurities. When they see you striving for something bigger, it reminds them of everything they're not doing. It highlights their own fears, their own lack of progress, and instead of dealing with that, they project it onto you. They might not say it outright, but their energy shifts, their tone changes. Their enthusiasm fades, and suddenly that confidence you had starts to waver. One comment, one doubtful glance, one dismissive reaction, that's all it takes for their energy to start creeping into your mind. This is why you have to be intentional about who you share your journey with. Just because someone is in your life doesn't mean they deserve to know everything about it. Family, friends, coworkers, it doesn't matter. If they don't bring positive energy, if they don't believe in you, if their presence makes you feel unsure or drained, they don't deserve access to your goals. It's not about cutting people off completely. When you start protecting your journey, you'll notice a shift. You'll feel lighter. You'll feel more in control. You'll stop second-guessing yourself because there won't be any outside noise influencing your decisions. The people who truly support you will still be there, cheering you on, but the ones who are only pretending, they'll fade away, and that's a good thing. Some of the most successful people in the world don't share their moves until they're already done. They don't waste energy explaining themselves to people who won't understand. They don't seek validation or permission. They just do the work. They move in silence, and when they finally reveal what they've been building, it's undeniable. It's already done. And by then, it's too late for doubt or negativity to have any effect. This is the mindset you need to adopt. Your journey is sacred. Your goals are precious. Stop giving access to people who haven't earned the right to be part of it. Surround yourself with those who genuinely uplift you and keep your plans close to your chest. Protect your energy and watch how much faster you move. Silence is power. Most people underestimate how much control they have over their own energy simply by choosing what they share and with whom. Every time you speak about your plans, your struggles, or your ambitions, you are opening yourself up to outside influence. And not all influence is positive. In fact, a lot of it is destructive. When you tell people too much about what you're working on, you invite their opinions, their doubts, and their limiting beliefs into your space. Some people will project their fears onto you, telling you why something won't work, why you should be realistic, why you're wasting your time. And if you're not careful, their words become your thoughts. Their doubts start to sound like your own. And before you know it, you've slowed down, hesitated, or even abandoned an idea that once excited you. On the other hand, when you keep your plans private, you maintain full control over your mindset. You're not battling against the noise of other people's opinions. You're not wasting energy justifying yourself or defending your dreams. You're focused, locked in, and fully aligned with your vision. And that's when real progress happens. This doesn't mean you can't talk about your goals at all. It means you need to be selective. If someone isn't actively supporting you, if their energy isn't lifting you up, if they don't truly understand your vision, why give them access? Why let them take up space in your mind? The most powerful moves are made in silence. Think about the last time you accomplished something big, maybe a job opportunity, a financial win, or a personal transformation. Now imagine if you had told everyone about it beforehand. How many people would have planted seeds of doubt? How many would have questioned your decisions? How many would have subtly discouraged you, even if they didn't mean to? When you move in silence, you protect yourself from all of that. You eliminate the unnecessary noise. You let your actions do the talking. And when you finally reveal what you've been working on, it speaks for itself. No explanations, no justifications, just results. The next time you feel the urge to share your plans, pause. Ask yourself, does this person truly have my best interests at heart? Will their energy support me, or will it drain me? If the answer isn't a clear yes, keep it to yourself. Move in silence. Let your results be your response. And watch how much more powerful you become. The less you reveal, the more control you have over your energy. Every time you open up about your plans, your struggles, or your ambitions, you are allowing external forces to shape your internal world. It's easy to believe that people will be supportive, that they will encourage you, or that sharing your vision will inspire them. But the reality is that not everyone is capable of receiving your dreams with the same level of excitement and belief that you have. And when you expose your ideas too soon, you risk letting in negativity, doubt, and distractions that can throw you off course. Energy is not just about physical effort, it's about focus, direction, and momentum. When you talk too much about what you're going to do, you are spending energy that could be better used actually doing the work. Think about it. Every time you share your plan, you're giving away a piece of your motivation. You feel that small rush of validation when someone reacts positively, but that feeling is temporary. It doesn't replace real progress. And if the response is negative or indifferent, it can shake your confidence and make you question yourself. There's also the issue of outside opinions. The more you reveal, the more people feel entitled to weigh in on your decisions. Suddenly, you have voices in your head that weren't there before, people telling you why it won't work, why it's too risky, why someone else tried and failed. Their fears start to infiltrate your mindset, even if you were rock solid before. You find yourself second-guessing, hesitating, or adjusting your plans based on the doubts of people who have never even attempted what you're trying to do. Silence is a form of discipline. It forces you to trust yourself. It keeps your energy contained, allowing you to direct it toward what truly matters: execution. It removes unnecessary distractions, so you're not constantly justifying yourself or defending your choices. Instead of talking about what you will do, you just do it. And when you finally reveal your progress, it speaks for itself. No explanations are needed. This is why the most powerful moves are made in silence. Successful people don't announce their every step. They don't waste energy seeking approval. They work behind the scenes, building momentum, staying focused, and moving with intention. By the time the world finds out what they've been working on, it's already done. There's no space for doubt, no room for interference. Their results are undeniable. But too many people get caught up in the need for validation. They think that talking about their goals makes them real. They assume that if they share their plans, they'll be more likely to follow through. But studies have shown the opposite. When you talk about a goal, your brain gets a small dopamine hit. It feels like you've already accomplished something just by saying it. That sense of satisfaction makes you less likely to take action. You trick yourself into thinking progress is happening when, in reality, you haven't moved an inch. Beyond that, when you reveal too much, you become vulnerable to sabotage, sometimes intentional, sometimes unintentional. There are people who don't want to see you succeed, whether out of jealousy, insecurity, or their own fears. They may not sabotage you outright, but they'll plant subtle seeds of doubt. They'll downplay your ambitions, discourage you from taking risks, or remind you of all the reasons why it might not work. And even those with good intentions might project their own limitations onto you. They might mean well, but their advice is based on their experiences, not yours. If they've never built a business, taken a creative leap, or pursued a major goal, how can they possibly guide you in the right direction? The best way to protect your energy is to keep it contained. Be selective about who you let into your plans. Share only with those who have earned the right to know, those who truly believe in you, those who lift you up, those who have proven their support time and time again. Everyone else, they can wait. Let them see the results, not the process. Keeping things to yourself also builds an inner strength that most people never develop. It teaches you to rely on your own conviction rather than external validation. Your goals need protection. They are fragile in the beginning, like a small flame that can be easily extinguished by the wrong environment. The moment you set a goal, you're filled with excitement, motivation, and drive. But what most people don't realize is that sharing your goals too soon exposes them to unnecessary negativity, skepticism, and distractions that can slow you down or completely derail you before you even get started. When you talk about your goals prematurely, you invite opinions, most of which come from people who haven't even accomplished what you're trying to do. Some will tell you it's impossible. Others will remind you of all the ways you could fail. Some will act supportive, but deep down, they're hoping you don't succeed because your growth makes them uncomfortable. And the worst part? These opinions start taking root in your mind. Doubt creeps in. You start questioning yourself. You go from feeling unstoppable to wondering if you're even capable. And just like that, your momentum slows. It's not that people are necessarily trying to hurt you. Most of the time, they're just projecting their own fears and limitations onto you. If they've never taken a risk, they'll tell you to play it safe. If they failed at something similar, they'll warn you that it won't work. But their experience is not your experience. Their fears do not belong to you. Yet by sharing your goals with the wrong people, you allow their mindset to influence yours. You absorb their doubts without even realizing it, and before you know it, you're hesitating, overthinking, and second-guessing your dreams. Think of your goal as a delicate plant. When it's young, it's vulnerable. It needs protection from harsh conditions until it's strong enough to stand on its own. If you expose it too soon, it might not survive. Your goals work the same way. In the early stages, they require nurturing, focus, and privacy. They need to grow in an environment free from unnecessary doubt, fear, and negative energy. The more you keep them protected, the stronger they become. And when the time is right, they'll be ready to face the world, but not before. Another reason to protect your goals is that talking about them can create a false sense of accomplishment. When you tell people what you're planning to do, your brain gets a small dopamine hit, the same feeling you get from actually achieving something. You feel good because you're getting recognition before you've even taken action. The problem? That small boost tricks your mind into thinking progress has been made, when in reality, nothing has happened yet. It's one of the biggest reasons why so many people talk about their dreams but never follow through. They waste energy on announcements instead of action. There's also the issue of unnecessary pressure. The moment you announce a goal, people start watching. They start asking, how's that going? Or did you do it yet? And suddenly, what was once an exciting personal journey turns into a performance. Instead of focusing on the work, you start worrying about what people will think if you don't succeed. You feel pressure to deliver, not for yourself, but to prove something to others. And pressure like that is a killer of creativity, motivation, and momentum. The most successful people understand this. They move in silence. They don't waste energy explaining themselves. They don't look for validation. They focus on execution. And by the time people find out what they've been working on, it's already done. There's no space for doubt, no room for interference. Their success speaks for itself. Protecting your goals doesn't mean you have to go at it alone. It means being selective about who you let in. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who encourage you, who hold you accountable in a way that strengthens you, not weakens you. If someone doesn't bring positive energy to your vision, they don't need to know about it. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey, and that's okay. The mistake too many people make is believing that they owe the world an explanation for their goals, their dreams, and their next moves. They feel the need to justify themselves, to prove that they're on the right path, to get approval from family, friends, or even strangers. But here's the truth-seeking validation from others only drains your energy and slows you down. Your path is yours alone, and the more you focus on getting people to understand it, the more you take away from actually walking it. People will always have opinions. Some will support you, some will doubt you, and some will secretly hope you fail, but none of that has anything to do with you. It's a reflection of their own fears, their own insecurities, and their own limitations. When you share too much, you invite unnecessary noise into your life, a noise that clouds your judgment, weakens your confidence, and distracts you from what truly matters. Instead of trusting yourself, you start overanalyzing every step, worrying about how others will react. And before you know it, you're not moving forward anymore. You're just stuck, trying to explain a vision they were never meant to see. One of the biggest energy drains in life is the need to be understood. It's exhausting trying to convince people who don't share your mindset, your ambition, or your perspective to see things the way you do. Some people will never get it, and that's not your problem to solve. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. You don't need to waste time explaining yourself to people who were never going to support you in the first place. The only person who needs to believe in your vision is you. Think about it. Some of the greatest success stories in history happened because someone refused to seek permission. They didn't waste energy trying to make others believe in their dream. They just went out and built it. They understood that their journey was theirs alone, that not everyone would see the vision, and that seeking approval was just a distraction. The more they kept their head down and did the work, the more unstoppable they became. And by the time people finally did understand, it was already too late. The success was undeniable. When you stop explaining yourself, you reclaim your power. You stop asking for permission to be great. You stop letting other people's opinions dictate your path. You move with quiet confidence, knowing that you are in control of your destiny. And that kind of energy is magnetic. It attracts the right people, the right opportunities, and the right momentum. But more importantly, it keeps you focused, locked in, and moving forward. There's freedom in letting go of the need to be understood. It allows you to take risks without fear of judgment. It gives you the space to fail, learn, and grow without feeling like you have to justify every step. It allows you to move in ways that make sense for you, not based on what others think is possible or acceptable. And when you fully embrace that, you become unstoppable. Most people will never understand your journey because they haven't walked it, they haven't felt the fire inside you, they don't see what you see, and that's okay. You don't need them to. The only thing you need to do is keep going. Stop explaining, stop justifying, stop seeking approval, protect your energy, protect your vision, and let your success speak for itself. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that truly matters is that you Believe in yourself.